What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the United Stand. Road trip time. It's squeaky bum time of the season. The last 8 games of the Premier League season. Some teams have got 5 left. That's how far behind we've fallen in terms of the amount of games we've played, the amount of competitions we've gone to the max in. And credit to Ten Hag and the team for that. Let's just start with a positive and just look at it and go, you know what? Man United are going to play 61 games this season. One off our record in terms of how many games we've played in a season. What a first season it has been for Erik Ten Hag. I just want to get that out there. I just keep drilling it down people's throats and just letting everyone know that, you know what, no matter what happens in certain games where it is bad, we have done amazing this season. I mean, I can think back to when we conceded 7 goals against Liverpool and the whole world was caving in on Manchester United. The press, the media, everyone, the criticism from other fans. And you know what? I looked at it and I said last night, I was watching the City game last night against Arsenal, and I said, you know what? Look at it. Not one bit of criticism has been put onto Arsenal. It's been lauded. It's been brilliant. It's been absolutely faultless. You can't blame them. They've got to be happy with what they've achieved so far this season, even if they completely bottle it and don't win in the last 4 games and concede a shed load of goals. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about it because it's not relevant. Why? Because it's not Manchester United. That's why. Arsenal have conceded more goals than United this season. Let that sink into your heads. TalkSport stole my thunder. I tweeted it out first. I've got the proof. Then TalkSport came out, copied what I did, making a headline about Arsenal now have conceded more goals than Manchester United this season. This is a team that was massively criticised for conceding 4 at Brentford, 6 at City, and Liverpool 7-0. What's that? Is that 17 goals? 17 goals in 3 games, and Arsenal still got a worse defensive record than us. Ramsdale, got to be England's number 1. Arsenal, best defence in the league, everything still built from the back, the old Arsenal way. No, but United, doesn't matter. United, we just have to do it our way. And you know what? This season has proved more than ever that it is United against the world, just how we like it. Thank you, Mr. Ten Hag, for putting United back on the map and on the hate list for everyone. It is so good. A poll this season voted United the worst hated football fans in the country. I don't care. I know United fan cares because that's exactly how it is. The media, the sports world would not survive without Manchester United. There's no news, there's no stories without United. And you know what? Tonight, I'm not confident going to Spurs. I've said we're probably going to lose. I don't care. You know what? We're still going to finish top 4. And it's about beating City in the final. Why do I not think we're going to win tonight? Because this is United and this is just our season, how it's gone. The disruption at the back. They're never having a settled team. Bruno Fernandes possibly injured for the first time in his career and missing a match. And then obviously another new manager bounce. And I know it's not a full-on new manager bounce. It's Ryan Mason. I mean, I'm not laughing at that, but Spurs refunding the fans and everything from that debacle that was at St James's Park the other week. Spurs will probably win tonight. It's just what it is. I'm not going to the game tonight. I'm going to be watching it and I'm going to be on the fan forum later on. So do tune in for that one. Something a bit different for you. But you all know my record. I'm just going with how I feel and how I know this team works and what happens in football. And you know what? I would love it if I was completely wrong tonight and I could just sit there on that forum and just talk about how good this season has been and United winning another game. And it probably won't be pretty. It's not going to be the swashbuckling, free-flowing football that you see City, Arsenal playing. We don't care. We're just in the first year of a rebuild. And sometimes you have to just sit back. I've moaned this season, criticised. But as the season's gone on, even when bad results have come in, I've just thought, you know what? I cannot be overly critical of this team. I can't. Ten Hag was in his press conference this week lauding up Victor Lindelof, as he should. He's a player that's just been sat there on the peripheral. All the headlines and all the talk has been about Maguire and why he's not started a game, and Victor Lindelof has just sat there, bided his time and gone, you know what, I'm just going to stay focused, stay fit and be ready when this manager needs me, because this manager gives every single player a chance. Everyone has had a chance this season. Cristiano Ronaldo had a chance and he threw it in the manager's face and he got rid of him. Another brilliant move from Ten Hag. Harry Maguire has been given a chance, and yes, his performances haven't been good, and the manager has looked at that and he's made him pay for that. He doesn't start in this team. Me and Ricky were talking about it on Adam Talks on the show the other day. He's probably fourth maybe even 5th choice centre-back when everyone's fit. And we're not saying that lightly, like it was, oh, you can't say that because a certain amount of players were fit when Harry Maguire's been sat, when Harry Maguire's been playing, a certain amount of players weren't there and weren't fit or were injured or suspended, and that's why he hasn't played, that's why he's coming on this game. When everyone was fit in the biggest game of the season, the Manchester derby, Harry Maguire was sat on the bench. Simple as that. Right? Saying that, he was sat on the bench with Lisandro Martinez and Victor Lindelof, 3 international centre-backs, while Luke Shaw stole the thunder. I mean, I can see when that final comes around, and I know we shouldn't be talking about the final yet, if Varane comes back fit, I think it will be Varane and Shaw who play at centre-back, like it was when we nullified City at Old Trafford. Now, City are free-flowing and they're in a different league right now. We've got to admit that and hold your hands up. But what I think is more impressive is what Ten Hag has done with this team. For us to be where we are now, 3 games in hand on, I think we're 3 games in hand on a few teams now. I think we've played less than anybody. So tonight, we basically solidify, I think this week pretty much secures top 4. If we beat Spurs, I think we'll get a win out of Spurs and Villa in the next 2 games. And I think that's probably going to be enough. Because Spurs will lose when they go to Anfield. It's guaranteed. I think Villa have played 3 more games than us. I think they're not going to be able to get anywhere near us. Newcastle, I mean, we're probably going to end up, and I'm going to probably say this now, I say this season, Manchester United will end up closer to points to Arsenal, who are going to finish 2nd, than we will to the team in 5th, who we are finishing ahead of for the Champions League. That's my statement. That's what I'm going to say right now. I think Manchester United will finish closer to Arsenal than we will the team that's in 5th place this season. And I think we'll still lose tonight against Spurs, but we're still going to do it. It's just this way the season has gone. And you know what? I'm probably just, there's a tiny little bit of reverse psychology creeping in with the Spurs game. I just know what United work like, and we just do things the hard way. And the reason I say we're going to be close to Arsenal, because they're just going to capitulate like they are doing. I mean, Man United haven't gone 4 games without a win this season. Arsenal have, but no one talks about that. All they talk about is how brilliant they are. Let's not talk about Arsenal in a way that they've just completely blown up. Everyone wants to heap praise on them. Well, how about heaping praise on Manchester United, who could actually finish with 2 trophies and in the Champions League, where Arsenal are just going to finish in the Champions League? Let's start giving praise to Manchester United. Let's start giving credit, shall we, pundits, media, to what Ten Hag has done this season and everything he's had to deal with. The answer coming back to me right now will be, this is what should be expected of Manchester United. He spent 200 million in the summer. He spent 200 million on players that have come in and changed the team. So is that not what a manager should be doing? A coach, a head coach, a manager should be doing? Going out and buying players that impact a team that was an absolute catastrophe last season? That's what it should be. That's what it should be. And I know this road trip has sort of been completely away. Or not completely away, but a little bit more on terms of where the season has been and a bit of a review. But I just think looking into it, because I feel like there are games that we are going to slip up in these last 8 games, and you'll get fans that go over the top. Yeah, look at this. It's still the same old United. Well, no, it's not. We've already proven it. We've already got more points than we have last season. Already got more wins than we have last season. And we've still got 8 leading games to go. So let's just sit back and go. Trophy in the bag. Already done better than last season in the league. We will finish in the top 4. And everything that every United fan thought was probably a step too far at the start of the season, or hope-wise, has actually happened. We've got to where we wanted to be for the first season under Ten Hag. Tonight it's going to be a difficult game for United, I know it is, especially if Bruno's not fit. He's going to be assessed, and Ten Hag said that in his press conference. We will see. It needs to heal properly. He's got a knock on his ankle. And United are going to have to play well, because Spurs are going to be out there. They're going to be looking for a reaction. They've refunded all the fans that went to Newcastle. What are they going to do if they get smashed by United? They're going to refund, what, 50, 60,000 fans in the home stadium? Yeah, it won't even paper over a crack, will it, with Spurs fans and how they're feeling right now. This is one of them games. You'll get a reaction. If Spurs score that first goal, the fans will get behind. If United score the first goal, the moans and groans will come out in full force in that stadium tonight. It's up to United and Ten Hag to get themselves ready for what's coming. And yes, again, it's going to be one of them games. Can you handle what's coming Spurs are going to come out. They're just going to be a bit more. There's going to be no niceties. They're not going to have a style of play. They're not going to pass it around. They're not better than us. But what they are going to do is go out there, have a little bit more about them and a little bit more bite. Can you take it? Can you handle it and play your game? Because if we play our game, we smash Spurs to pieces. We're a miles better team and we should be winning this game. I just have that horrible feeling in my head that we are going to lose it, that's all. But I'm going to look at that and go, we'll come back then, we have to beat Villa at weekend. It's just what it is, and just the way football works. I'm hoping that tonight United actually surprise me for the first time this season in actually handling something like a Spurs reaction to an absolute disaster. This happens. I mean, we've done it loads of times. We've had a shocking result and then gone out and smashed the team. Do you know what I mean? We got smashed by Brentford and then beat Liverpool early on in the season. We got beat 7-0 by Liverpool. We went out and won 4-1 at home against the team in the top 5 in the La Liga. So you've got to expect it the other way. And Harry Kane, I think, will be out to prove a point. I do believe there will be something that happens with United and Harry Kane in the summer. And I just feel like he's going to go out there tonight with a point to prove. He's seen what Haaland's done. He's seen everything. He's just going to go out there. This is the stage now. I'm going to take this by the scruff of the neck. I think he'll play a big part tonight. It's up to United just to play their game. Don't let Spurs play there. Don't get drawn into the scrap that Spurs are going to want with United, because like I said, there's no style of play and there's no cohesion within that Spurs team. So the only way that they beat United is by dragging United into a bit of a scrap, into a bit of a brawl, make it be a close fought win. That's what Spurs are hoping for, and I know this team has had that this season before, which is why I'm not fully confident, and on paper I should be, but I just know this team, and tonight I want them to surprise me. I do want them to surprise me tonight. I could go on forever in a day, as you already know. You know what I'm like when I get going. But guys, drop a like in on the video. Subscribe to the United Stand always. And get your comments in. Do you agree? Are you sort of fearful? Can we just put the top 4 to bed tonight? Because that's pretty much what it will be. I don't think there's many teams going to be hitting that 70-point mark. 62 we're on. That's 4 wins in a row in the league. It's a good comeback from a bad spell. And after that Newcastle game, and would be really impressive. Can we start building some momentum ahead of that FA Cup? That final, that big one. Get your comments in below, guys. Let me know what you're picking. Who plays in midfield if Bruno drops out? Who are you starting up front? What's your score prediction? Does Harry Maguire come straight back in, or do we stick with Shaw and Lindelof? Let me know. Cheers for watching, everyone.